The hosts of bracketology are experts in nothing. They claim no advanced knowledge or profound insights. Instead, they are just three judgmental idiots who really like to bloviate their own opinions whenever given the chance. Take what they have to say with a grain of salt, or not at all. You'll probably be better off that way.
I know. I'm the asshole. I'm so sorry. Fucking 45 minutes late. I apologize. Life has been a little chaotic on this side. Before I go any further, this is a disclaimer specifically for one person, a reminder to my wife. Don't listen to this cold open with the kids in the car. We had an emergency this morning.
Yeah, we started a new band.
Emergency Errand. It's a great name for a band. There's the text. Okay, no problem. Is gaslighting your kids ever acceptable? Is it a bad thing, do you think?
Gaslighting your kids is a time-honored tradition in the American household.
I kind of think it's a part of parenthood. You kind of have to.
That's what I'm saying. So the lady at Petco was really judgmental when we came in to get a replacement hamster this morning, though. Like, she was really like, "You're just going to lie to your kid?" And we're like, yeah, 100% we're going to lie to our kid. Absolutely. You have questions.
What happened to the hamster?
That's a great question. So, yesterday afternoon, went into my daughter's room to get her a change of clothes because we were going to go out and do some fun things. And I saw the hamster all bundled up and balled up and all cute and asleep in its little thing. And I didn't think anything of it. And then I'm out with the kids and we're at the little play place thing that we're at. And my wife calls me. Actually, we were driving and she calls me and she's like, "Am I on speakerphone?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "You need to take me off." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, "Hey, yeah, what's up?" She goes, "So Miss Hammy," that's the hamster, "is dead." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, she was asleep in her little wheel." And I was like, or she was laying in her little wheel. And I was like, "Yeah, I saw that." And she was like, "Yeah." And I thought that's not a normal place for her to lay. And I was like, I didn't even think anything about that. And turns out the hamster was just no longer with us. We don't know what happened. No idea. And so decisions were made to have a rapid fire race to pet. My poor wife had to go to 3 different pet stores this morning.
To find one that matched or to just find one?
One that matched close enough. The original hamster was tan with like black, like intermixed in its fur. This one is definitely tan and white. So Miss Hammy this morning went and got her nails trimmed and she had a bath. So that's why she was partially black before, because she was dirty. So now she's had a bath and she's all clean and she's brown and white. And she's back home and she's great. And there's no other questions that are needed.
So Miss Ham 2
2.0.
Yeah. Has gotten a bath and her nails trimmed. Nice day at the spa. You could say it was rejuvenating.
She's like a whole new girl. She's like a whole new woman.
Whole new hamster. Just right there.
So you remember when I said that gaslighting your kids is kind of like an American tradition?
Uh-huh.
This is not what I expected to come from. I was thinking Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. That's all gaslighting.
This is too.
Yeah.
Did you have those types of animals when you were kids? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. I definitely had a goldfish that lasted way too long for a goldfish to have lasted.
Goldfish, I think, is one thing, but like hamsters, rabbits, mice.
No, I don't think I never had rodents.
We had a cat and a dog and some fish, but I don't think anybody in the house really cared about the fish. We just had them because they were gifted to us. And that's, by the way, I just want to put this out there. Like, that is the worst gift I think you can give to somebody, is the gift of responsibilities. Like, that is no fun at all.
I tried that pitch. I was like, hold on, the hamster's dead. That's one less thing we have to take care of. And my wife was like, no, that's not going to work. I was like, damn it.
Why is that not going to work? Did the kids cuddle the hamster?
Yeah, they love to take it out and hold that little thing and
Maybe that's how it
and love up
died.
on
They
it.
loved it
No
too hard.
shit.
And then she was like, well, she's sleeping. Let's put her in the wheel. And
She
that
likes
was
the
her final-
wheel.
Yeah, that was her final resting place after being squeezed to
Just
death.
a slow, sad, like pendulum of the wheel.
Wah, wah.
I don't.
So yeah, I just, we're feeling a little guilty about the gaslighting, so I thought I'd come to the two parental experts in our co-hosts that I have to see how you felt about it.
So you just wanted us to ease your guilt.
I mean, look, we had a cat. We have a cat who got really sick and we thought was going to pass. It luckily didn't. We were able to save her. But like that alone was devastating for my daughter to actually, we weren't ready. We weren't ready to break the news about the life cycle.
How old's your daughter?
Girl in 5.
When do you think is the right time to let her know that
Probably-
death happens?
Probably when this hamster kicks it. I don't know.
Because here's the thing, and this is just my own personal experience. I never really had to grieve anything until I was a fucking adult. It's not good. Years of therapy, lots of drinking, heart failure. Don't do that to your daughter. Make her grieve death now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's gonna come. We have one of the cats with special needs. It's like 8 years old. Like it's coming probably sooner than later. Anyway, we're gonna have to cross the Rainbow Bridge conversation at some point. But like, we weren't ready with the hamster. My wife definitely wasn't ready. It's currently, yeah.
Just tell them about Valhalla and that if the hamster dies in battle, it goes to a better place.
Yeah, it gets to fight the everlong battle with all of the other battle hamsters.
The
Yeah,
only thing that
and drink
hamster
mead
battled
and-
was the water bottle that we put in its cage, and it fucking knocked over all the goddamn time.
It sounds
Well,
like it
and
won.
maybe some extra hard cuddles, you know.
that one it didn't win.
I asked my wife, I was like, how old was this judgmental girl at Petco? She was like, like early 20s. Like, she'll understand one day.
No,
She'll get.
She's still getting over the gaslighting that her parents did to her, apparently.
Yeah, she might have realized that her, childhood dog didn't go to a farm to play. And
I never
What do you mean?
understood that lie.
What do you mean
There's-
Mr. Snuffles isn't on a farm playing with his friends?
There's so many better ways to lie to a child about a dog dying.
Like what, Matt?
Gave
How are
it
you gonna-
away. Just that's it. You were bad. Santa took the dog.
Whoa! I don't think that's really the. I think you're replacing one problem with a different problem there.
that's
Look.
gaslighting with a very heavy dose of guilt.
That's a different therapy.
I think you'd have to have guilt to be able to dose that.
Wait, are you calling my kids sociopaths? It got real quiet.
Welcome to the episode.
Hello and welcome back to Bracketology, the podcast that definitively decides all things tournament bracket style. I've got the secret recipe. Scott Grubb.
I am the man in yellow, Matt Robinson. Well, I was gonna say Men in Black, but I'm wearing yellow, so
And yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, I'm Dan Default.
This week we continue our dive into the world's best. I'm reading the image. That's not what it is. The spiciest HRT TEA. What fictional companies out there would have the best HR stories? We are in week 2. We're hitting the east side of the bracket. That's the right. I don't know why we say east and west. We ready to get going?
yeah.
Let's kick it off. starting at the top. Weyland-Yutani Corporation. I don't remember
From
what that's
Alien.
from. Thank you. Versus Jurassic Park from
Jurassic
Park. Is that really just the name of the company? It's just,
Well, I mean, it was a theme park named Jurassic Park, so.
yeah, but I don't know if like the scientific research arm of it had like a separate.
Well, in Dan's original like list that he put together, it's listed as the Jurassic Park Ops team specifically, so the operations team.
Does that include like janitorial staff? Like how far does that go?
I mean, I would have to imagine that it's everything operations focused. I would imagine that janitorial falls more under facilities.
Yeah. Guest services for sure. Definitely
Maybe we should
like park. Well, yeah, park maintenance might fall into the facility side. Either way, it's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so maybe we just say the whole thing.
Yeah.
Since that's what's on the bracket. All right.
That's what we've done for literally every other part of this bracket is just the company. So
all right.
There are two things that immediately come to mind. One is that the Weyland-Yutani Corporation from the Alien franchise just knowingly sends out people into space to harvest alien DNA and like weird shit, and it's mainly just to help the old Weyland guy, isn't it, Dan? Like, isn't that what Prometheus was?
Yeah, like they're trying to find an answer to how we got here. In that series, like, we're populated, and they thought that these architects were the source of it. But it gets way more fucked up than that. Like, they knowingly send groups of people out to try to deal with the threat. And they have a sub-objective, which is really the main objective, which is to try to secure samples of aliens, whether it's the egg or whatever the case may be, and bring them back. And
giant, big-headed people.
Yeah, and they're just 100% okay with whatever losses happen.
Well, so they have to... Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the difference to me is intention, right? Jurassic Park, the intention was always to build this spectacular theme park, but they decided to, kind of play God and bring dinosaurs back, and they suffered the results of that hubris. On the flip side, the intention of Weyland-Yutani was to always be devious and bring these aliens back.
So which HR had... Because here's the thing. I'm imagining space fucking and T-Rex enclosure fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which HR...
That's where I always got these vibes that like the reason John Hammond brought back the dinosaurs is so he could have sex with them.
Now,
wow.
Look,
I feel like that's an underlying subplot.
It might...
You watched Jurassic Park way differently than I did.
It might be the case. I was going to say before Scott said that, so this has nothing to do with fucking dinosaurs. I'm down with bringing dinosaurs back. Like, I think that they should just... What?
You want to go down on a dinosaur?
They've got to have a cloaca. You know what I mean? It's not like they just have... It's not like they just have a dick or a vagina. It's all in one. You know what I mean? It's a 3-in-1 hole.
John Hammond was that kid that grew up liking dinosaurs just a little too much.
But I think that the Jurassic Park people, again, there are people sneaking into those enclosures just to have sex, right? Like, that's some fun, spicy tea. There are kinks for everything, Dan.
Yeah, you guys watch, I guess, a different Jurassic Park than I did.
I like how overall this bracket is going from spiciest HRT to weirdest workplaces to have sex in. Like, that's really what this bracket is turning into.
I mean,
strangest fictional workplace to do it in. I had no idea about this lore behind Alien. To be fair, I fall into that category of having not interacted with that franchise. I just thought it was an alien attacking people. I didn't know that there was a whole plot behind it.
I've watched 2 Alien movies. I've watched the first one, and I've watched Prometheus.
Wow. You didn't even watch like Aliens, like the
dude. I watched Prometheus when it came out. I watched Alien a year ago, so
okay.
Take that for what it's worth. I think the thing about the Weyland-Yutani Corporation is similar to something that we talked about in last week's half of the bracket, which is that I don't think HR is going to be able to talk about any of that shit. I think HR is actively involved in all of the crazy.
Yeah, they almost have to be with that level of deception and, nefarious intent.
Whereas the Jurassic Park HR is like, did you hear about the science people? I had a one-on-one with them. They're trying to bring back fucking giant sloths now. Like that, they've got all kinds of cool tea and kind of fun.
There's probably an NDA in both cases, but I would imagine that you would get more out of the Jurassic Park.
I think we're past NDAs at this point.
Yeah, we're ignoring those. We're talking about the tea that they share within their own offices. NDA doesn't apply at that point.
Yeah. The HR representative at Jurassic Park who's over like the scientists is talking to the HR representative who is a hot piece of ass over the guest services. And they're like, y'all, you do not even know. What?
Is there a role in one of the movies where the HR over guest services is a hot piece of ass, or did I miss that scene from the movie? Are you just assuming?
Oh, I'm making full assumptions.
Okay, gotcha.
Jurassic Park's getting my vote because I'm imagining now that there's a cool dinosaur lady who is very attractive and is HR over guest services.
And is also, for some reason, trying to have sex with dinosaurs?
No. She doesn't want to have sex with dinosaurs. She just wants to hear about all the crazy shit that's going on. They're bringing back the dodo bird.
And she has to do the paperwork when someone tries to have sex with it.
She wants to
diddle the dodo.
She's got to diddle the dodo. She doesn't have to diddle the dodo. She wants to know when someone diddles the dodo.
So she can do the paperwork on it. There's a specific form. Okay.
So anyway, Jurassic Park gets my vote.
Scott, what about you?
No, you're more familiar with both of these franchises. Go ahead.
Although I think the Weyland-Yutani is going to have crazier stories because it's just a longer running franchise, and that company has been around for so much longer than the Jurassic Park one. I think that you're not going to be able to get any of those stories because, they'll kill people easily and without a second thought. Jurassic Park seems more likely to give you the spiciest tea.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jurassic Park wins out on this one. I mean, any story with dinosaurs in it is going to be good, right?
I love dinosaurs.
For the record, though, I don't think anybody at that park was trying to have sex with dinosaurs. I just want to make that know of.
That's because HR did a good job hiding it.
Look, did you hear? Did you hear about the guy over at the Velociraptor? And that's not a good one. Anyway.
That's probably the worst dinosaur to try and do that with.
Well, I don't know, man. Could the Stegosaurus? Like, what are you gonna do? Sneak up on it? All right, up next, Westworld versus Initech. These are wildly different companies. Westworld being from Westworld. Yeah. Initech being from Office Space?
Yes, that is correct.
What the fuck are they going to talk about? Like, did you hear about the guy that... Huh?
The guy that hasn't been fired.
Yeah.
But was fired.
Did you hear about what's his face with the printer? He got angry and then he had sex with it.
Again, there we go. I mean, To me, I feel like the HR at Initech, they fucked. I thought you said they fucked up that printer. No. They just fucked the printer.
Dude, the blue ink, it's not ink. It's color.
Why is it blue?
It eats
I need
pens.
some medical attention.
I'm gonna reshape my previous disclosure for my wife. Just don't listen to this episode at all.
This one's not great.
I feel like the Initech HR is kind of like they have to also be their own level of depraved. Because if you think about that poor guy that like they fired him but forgot to tell him, and then due to a glitch in the paperwork, he just kept getting paid. And then when that comes to light, they don't properly handle that situation. HR has to be in on that conversation. They just move him to the basement and hope that he'll leave. Like their HR is just as depraved and fucked up in that. Which I mean,
is it
somewhat
depraved and fucked up, or is it just completely inept?
I mean, it's completely inept to have the paperwork mishaps that happen to get in that situation, but then to not properly address it and just put him in the basement, that's pretty depraved, right? It's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah. I think it's crazy to me that you all have talked about fucking dinosaurs and fucking printers, but you haven't talked about Westworld, where one of the key points of the robots that they make is to be fucked by the guest.
Yeah, well, you always got to punch up. You know what I mean?
But I mean, here's the thing, right? There's a difference between there's a difference between making a product that's meant to be fucked, like a robot, because then it's not a fun story. If you make a product that you're not supposed to fuck, like a dinosaur, and somebody fucks it, then that's a story. But if the whole point of the product is for that to happen, then it's not a story anymore.
Here's the thing, though. In Westworld, like, yes, the guests are supposed to fuck the robots, but realistically, multiple employees have been found fucking those robots in the back room.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
We're gonna need a fuck count on this episode.
I'm not doing that work. I have today to edit this. I'm not doing that.
Oh man,
that's definitely happened. And then you got to worry about but the stories that Westworld wins this, right? Because the stories that they have to talk about they go beyond the scope of just what is happening behind the scenes, right? Like having the conversations, hey, this is the 5th time that we found you fucking the robots. You gotta stop. Like, we will not continue paying you. But then you include the crazy shit that the guests do, right? Because then they're hearing about that. And as much as the Westworld people want to like keep that under wraps, HR knows. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, HR sees it. They talk about it.
Well, most of that park has video surveillance, and I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there's other types of surveillance that happens to track the users in that world. So they have access to all of that information, and the vast majority of the visitors of the park, Westworld, are super rich people, right? So you're like dealing with super rich, super famous, big name celebrity CEO types coming in and doing like the most depraved shit.
So it's Epstein's Island with robots.
Those robots are not of age. They're not 18 years old.
I haven't seen Westworld, so I'm just, are they like monitoring heart rate? Can they like tell they're watching?
Dude,
computer
they're monitoring
monitors?
everything.
They can tell when you finished.
They can tell when you finish. They can tell when you're finished. They can people die in shit, and they'd see that, and then they have to like cover it up. Westworld gets my vote.
Yeah, that's fine.
100% Westworld.
Initech is just we don't even know what they do. They make TPS reports. It's a mid-level tech company. Somebody's going to get too drunk at a Christmas party every now and then, but other than that, yeah, I'm with you. That's fine.
Okay. So up next,
Dan,
Dan.
what do we got?
We have Gray Sloan Memorial from
Which
Grey's
is
Anatomy versus Pawnee Animal Control from Parks and Rec.
I
Now,
feel
why
like
did we
this is
go?
another easy one.
Why did we specifically go with Pawnee Animal Control as opposed to Pawnee Parks and Rec Department?
Because you see the animal control a couple of times in that episode, and they're all like nitwits going out and doing that job.
Sure.
And
Now,
I have to imagine that there's some really funny stories that come from idiots trying to wrangle animals.
yeah, they're not good at their jobs.
Yeah.
But they're also not given great resources to do their jobs.
It's absolutely true. Their budgets are terrible.
Because wasn't it like the golf cart or something was falling apart in one of, like, wasn't that kind of a joke in one of the like 3 episodes where they appeared?
It's been a while
yeah,
since
I mean-
I've seen Parks and Rec. I keep thinking about going back and restarting it, and then I don't know that I ever do. You know what the best thing about Parks and Rec is the one blooper.
Oh yeah, that one
It's
blooper
the-
is so good. I know
You
100% what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
Wait,
which
hold
sucks.
Hold on. Actually, now that I think about it, I do think I'm thinking of the same blooper as you, but there's a second blooper that's also really good.
Okay, so there's a second blooper that's really good. One of them is earlier on, and then another one is later. One of
Okay.
them, well, I guess
Are you-
no. Neither
Are you
of
talking
them
the
are really
briefcase
early.
blooper?
That's the second one.
Oh, you're talking about the Kim Kardashian blooper. Okay, see, I had them the other way around.
No,
Please-
the
please
Kim
go on, Matt.
Kardashian one truly makes me laugh so hard. But outside of that, and that's not even like in canon, people are fucking all over that hospital, dude. They're fucking everything. I'm pretty sure a bedpan got fucked in that show.
Well, in addition, full disclosure, I've never seen Grey's Anatomy, but I've heard that like some of the doctors like end up getting like seriously sick or dying, and like it's just kind of crazy. Like you had a doctor that's now in a coma in your own hospital, and
Grey's Anatomy is one of those shows that it loses me in its own reality because there's no way that so much shit happens to that group of people. Like there's no way that little group of people would in their entire lifetime experience all the things that they have to experience.
A legitimate
how was
bombing.
your day at work? Oh, yeah, we had an earthquake, and then there was a bomb explosion, and then our coworker got hit by spoilers, got hit by a bus, and like that's just a Tuesday for them. Like it's just insane the shit that they have to deal with in that show.
But
I mean,
for
plus
my own clarity, you do believe that people were trying to literally fuck dinosaurs at Jurassic Park.
I know
We're
it
not
for
on
a
that.
fact.
We're not on that conversation anymore.
Yeah, that's in our rearview mirror, just like the T-Rex chasing us.
I feel like Grey's Anatomy and Gray Sloan Memorial Hospital definitely has more tea to spill because the HR person for Pawnee Animal Control is the same guy that is Pawnee Animal Control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many complicated and messy relationships in Grey's Anatomy. I think the worst Pawnee Animal Control has to worry about is them trying to like taxidermy a raccoon and turn it into a bong. Which, don't get me wrong, that's pretty bad, but like...
Is it Pete Davidson? Who is it that's Animal Control?
Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Andy Samberg. That's before he cut his stupid hair.
I didn't realize you had such strong opinions about Andy Samberg's haircut.
It's just that
was a
hair
strong
specifically.
response.
I knew who it was. I just could not remember who it was.
You were blinded by your hatred for his haircut, apparently.
Look,
That was in his stupid face. Yeah, I think Pawnee Animal Control are too blazed to really be a danger to anybody.
Well, no, they're a danger to many people, but from a social standing, zero danger.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just hanging out. The I feel like the worst that the HR is going to have to deal with is filling out the paperwork after one of them accidentally locks themselves in a kennel. You know, like that's going to be a normal Tuesday for them. Whereas Gray Sloan, it's going to be like, you know, who knows who's
There
doing
was an
it at
orgy
any
in the
given time.
supply closet, and
Yeah, during the
somehow
earthquake.
one of the patients is involved.
They only found out because there was an earthquake and it shook the door open and everyone was naked. Like that would be, yeah. I think Gray Sloan Memorial gets my vote here.
Dan?
Yeah, I agree. Like it's got to be that crazy fucked up hospital. Because in addition to like all the crazy stuff happening, can you imagine like somebody going to perform open heart surgery and they're, you know, all they can think about is the girl that they want is sleeping with another dude in the supply closet?
There is an episode. Go ahead, Matt.
There's an episode of Supernatural that plays
Oh.
perfectly against this whole trope. It is called Changing Channels. It is season 5.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a trickster episode. And it is truly, it makes fun of Grey's Anatomy so bad. Dr. Sexy MD. And then it's literally, oh my God. Anybody who hasn't watched it, if you want to watch a goofy TV show episode, find that episode of Supernatural because it's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's spot on. All right, up next, Warnham Hog Paper from the UK version of The Office versus the Nakatomi Corporation from Die Hard. I feel like, if we're being honest, this is possibly the weakest matchup.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't have a whole lot to go with on either one of these. This is number 32 and 31.
I've never watched the UK's Office. I have watched Die Hard many a time. Now here's the thing about Die Hard. HRT is that, hey, we got invaded by a weird German angry man, and there's plenty of room to fuck in the vents.
Those vents are suspiciously large, aren't they?
They are quite large.
And incredibly well reinforced.
Oh, 100%. Bruce Willis is pushing 200 pounds, right? Like at that point of muscle. Let alone, yeah, they're very well reinforced. I can't imagine climbing through vents.
Yeah, I feel uneasy climbing in a McDonald's play place after my kids. There's no way I'm going to climb into a thin little aluminum vent. No way. Absolutely not. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, you have a little snippet, right, of the Christmas party prior to it being taken over by Severus Snape that you can see what, like, there's some shenanigans happening at that.
Yeah.
And I mean,
you have a dude doing blow, and you know the whole, like, Bruce Willis isn't divorced, but the wife is estranged, right? At that point,
I believe that is the case. Yeah.
So he kind of crashes that party and ends up saving the day.
Mm-hmm.
All the crazy stuff that happens there is kind of nuts. So have either of you seen the UK Office?
Yes, I have. The first episode is
not
quite a shot for shot remake,
Yeah.
but it's pretty close. It's like 98%. The rest of it, I mean, I feel like we already talked about Dunder Mifflin. It's basically the same tea, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
So the question is really like, and we put Dunder Mifflin over Monsters Inc. in the previous episode. Is there enough here? Do we know enough about Nakatomi? Basically, is that one shot of somebody doing coke enough to assume about Nakatomi Corporation that they probably have more tea than they probably have more tea? It's a bigger corporation.
You can't negate everything else that happened, because you have to know that HR had to have been involved afterwards, right? The cleanup process. You know,
But is that really spicy tea? That's headline news.
The only thing that I
would
can think
that
of,
it's spicy.
The only thing that I can think of when it comes to like, imagine working at a company, right? Like a big corporation, and
I can
you
imagine.
you get invaded by the angriest potions professor to ever exist, and you get saved, but by some fucking guy that nobody knows, and now you're just judging everybody else that you work with for being a bitch. Like, you know, those things, I see it every now and then where women will talk about how, oh, men have a plan. Like, and this is 100% true in my perspective. If somebody came in here with a gun, what would I do? Like, every guy has thought, in a disaster situation, how do I save the day? Every single person that's at that company just lost all of that. They lost all cred. No one's getting laid after that from the Nakatomi Corporation because Bruce Willis just came in and just fucking did it all. Just some guy, just a dude. He doesn't even work here. You don't even go here.
He's not just some guy. He's a New York City detective officer.
Police,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant to my point.
So I'm going to leave that detail out. He's specifically trained in some of these things, but that's irrelevant.
I'm just saying that every guy at the Nakatomi Corporation lost all credibility when it comes to disaster situations.
They were immediately emasculated the moment he walked into the room barefoot and bloody. Sure.
With a gun taped to his back.
Yeah.
So anyway, all of that to be said, I don't know enough about the UK office, so my vote's going to have to go to the Nakatomi Corporation.
I think simply just by like sheer size of what the corporation is and the amount of money involved with it. Again, the access to Coke being a top contributor to it, it makes sense to me. The Wernham Hog, I mean, it's gonna have run of the mill, paper joke, type conversation, but I don't. The little glimpse we get into that Christmas party really, I think, is kind of telling.
All right. So my vote is also Nakatomi. So that makes it a clean sweep.
Nakatomi. All right. Well, that takes us into the last division with one of the more interesting ones to me, Acme versus Stark Industries.
I feel like we really have to stretch our imagination here because we don't really see anything about the internal workings of Acme, just their products.
Yeah, which is bad.
Is it, or is it user error?
It might
I think it's a little bit both.
Yeah,
right?
It might be user error. Like, let's give Wile E. Coyote a little bit of credit. Most of the items he uses should be pretty straightforward. Like, that's just the way that it is. Here's an anvil. Drop it. And then it just doesn't drop. Like, it sounds like a product issue.
Yeah, I was like, can we blame the Acme Corporation, though, when gravity doesn't work unless you look down?
Well, there's gotta be some tea coming from R&D. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially the fact that they like almost exclusively deal with things that can hurt things.
Yeah,
right?
missiles.
Anvils, missiles, bombs, dynamite. Like
Lots of
all of that
explosions.
stuff comes from. And also, what kind of company allows
A
the
coyote?
purchase and shipping of these dangerous weapons to fucking coyotes, right?
That's
I mean,
a
they might not
valid
know
point.
he's a coyote. That's just his last name.
It's, you know
From
what?
their
It's,
perspective.
it's Acme's fault that we have to do ID verification on apps now. Because they
You
let
have to-
coyotes.
You have to submit a picture of your actual face. Like, so
are you a
coyote?
human or are you a coyote?
No wonder these products aren't working for you.
And
These are specifically designed for humans.
to get
And opposable thumbs.
Yeah, that's right. To get to the point where those products are shipping anyway. You talk about Coke with the Nakatomi Corporation. Drugs abound in Acme. I have to assume. Now, mind you, drugs abound in Stark Industries as well.
Sure.
Let
Oh, wait,
alone
so what-
the.
Are you implying that the Acme Corporation is a front for a drug shipping organization?
No,
Well, do you
no,
know
no.
what
They're
Acme-
just doing a lot of drugs.
Acme
Oh.
could stand for like acid, coke, meth, and ecstasy for all we know.
All at once. It's
Yeah.
just a single pill.
You were surprisingly quick with that.
Yeah, that was honestly impressive. I was thinking of
And
an acronym.
concerning.
I was a former employee.
Good, great.
They only
benefits.
hired you if you
Great
failed
benefits.
the drug test.
It's an amazing severance package. Now, Stark Industries does have a lot of like cover-ups. They have a lot of secret tech that is being worked on and gathered from, aliens and shit.
Yeah, you were
they
talking
also-
about the R&D for Acme. R&D for Stark has got to be...
The one difference, though, that I'm thinking is that R&D for Stark has smart people, whereas
Yeah.
R&D for Acme has 12-year-olds. You know what I mean? From 1950. They don't understand anything new.
The other
Just
thing,
as-
like, we kind of talked about Wayne Enterprises, but, like, Batman and Bruce Wayne have always been kind of a, straight and narrow person. Tony Stark, on the other hand, is pretty famously a womanizer and also very famously an alcoholic, whose tech gets stolen by other groups, domestic terrorists, international terrorist groups. He's always fighting people, and everybody knows that Tony Stark is Iron Man, unlike Bruce Wayne and Batman. So there's a lot of that. I don't know what the right word is, that conflict that comes from that, right? The media knows exactly who Iron Man is. So if Iron Man is like trying to stop crime and kill somebody on accident because he's drunk, that media attention is going to hit Stark Industries.
I think you're right there, and I think there's a key difference between the conversation we had with Wayne Enterprises and why we didn't move it forward versus what we have here with Stark, and that is that Iron Man's identity is known. It is very the Batman thing, because like we talked about in the Nolan trilogy, right? There's that guy who goes to why can I not remember his name? Morgan Freeman's character.
Lucius Fox.
Yes, he goes to Fox and says, I have these receipts. I think Bruce Wayne is Batman. And he's like, you really want to go down that path? And like, we talked through that whole thing, but I don't know that HR is going to be as involved in that cover up. That cover up is going to stop with Fox. And it's not going to get to HR. With Stark Industries, though, there's no hiding that, right? He comes right out and says, I am Iron Man, give me a cheeseburger. And then, it's game on from that point. So everything he does as Iron Man does reflect back on the company to some degree, right? It's going to put doubt and questions in the minds of shareholders and board members and et cetera, et cetera. So it's going to cause a shakeup. You can't say that the personal life doesn't when it's something like that. I mean, hell, just look at the whole Coldplay. What was that company? Astronomy company's name? Like, look at that whole situation.
It's like astronomy.
It's like literally just So I mean, if that's one CEO getting busted at a Coldplay concert and the whole company being upended to some degree, granted he was with his HR person, so that makes it a bit more complicated.
That's some spicy tea.
Yeah. That he liked the flavor of, apparently. But like what Iron Man does is going to be reflective of Tony Stark. Not so much with Batman and Bruce Wayne, but in this instance,
I want Acme to move on really bad, but it is hard to say that they're going to have spicier HRT than the Stark Industries people. I mean, again, the fucking alone, you know what I mean? The CEO of Stark Industries is fucking his personal assistant to the point where they get married. Like, he fucks her into marriage. But to Dan's point, the womanizing happened a lot. Like, she was not the only fuck.
She helped cover it up before deciding I want to play a
helped
part
cover
in that. Yeah.
Now, what I will say is that you can Google a list of all of the Acme items that have shown up in Looney Tunes, and it does make me laugh. Acme Birdseed, Acme leg muscle vitamins, glue, female Roadrunner costume. That
See, now that's
alone.
suspicious. That's sus.
Artificial rock.
If their portfolio is diverse enough to include weapons of mass destruction and female Roadrunner costumes,
triple strength battleship steel armor plate.
I wasn't sure where that was going to go when you started with triple strength. Not going to lie. I mean, it leaves the question, are there products out there that the Acme Corporation's developing that we haven't been privy to yet? But again, that goes back to our early conversation. If that's the point of the product, then it's not spicy tea, you know?
Yeah, it's just out there. Yeah. All right. Stark Industries gets my vote. Indestructo Steel Ball.
Hold on now. Before you go that far, though, one of the things that we said is that just from sheer size and scope alone, it seems like Nakatomi Corporation would probably have more. Again, if Acme's scope is everything from birdseed to mass destruction to female Roadrunner costumes, that's a huge corporation. That's a lot of people. There's going to be some degenerates in it.
I just found whoever made this product for Acme has issues. Okay, you talked about weapons of mass destruction. Earthquake pills. Why wait? Make your own earthquakes. Loads of fun.
It's something you just
Somebody at the company designed and came up with the idea for earthquake pills. And
wait,
the 17
do you take the pills
I'm not 100%. I think so.
Or do you plant the pills and then it causes?
It says makes instant earthquakes. Caution, no effect on Roadrunners.
That's very specific. So if I were to be naked and fully erect and take an earthquake pill, could I provide Dan's mom with the ride of her life? Like, is it going to just turn me into like a human earthquake? Like, strap on, let's ride. Is that what that's going to do?
I think so.
Because again, at that point, the research and development of it, that's going to create some scenarios.
But if that's what the product is for, all right, I want to move on from specifically this part of the conversation. Matt, is your vote staying with Stark Industries?
I think there's more tea in the Stark world than there is in the Acme. I'm going to stick with Stark.
I'm going to disagree. I think with the scope of Acme and its sheer size to produce that many different things, I think you're talking about everything from white collar to blue collar working for that corporation. I think you have to imagine that there's going to be a variety of different flavors of spicy tea. I think you could run the hot ones gambit with the flavors of spicy tea that Acme is going to bring to the table. And I'm going to say Acme.
All right, first tiebreaker of this episode. And as much as I'm sure Scott is fond of his Acme gimp suit, I'm voting with Stark Industries because, again, there's just way too much tea.
There's a lot. There's a lot happening. Yeah. Now, before we move on from this particular matchup, just one more product that I just love the description of. So I'm just going to read the description. Be like the Greek god Zeus and shoot lightning bolts from far distances. Fat-free rubber gloves included.
Fat-free rubber gloves?
Yep. Lightning bolts with fat-free rubber gloves.
Okay. They mastered the technology to make lightning bolts.
And fat-free gloves.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
If you get hungry, you can eat the gloves, and they're fat-free.
0 calories. Up next, what do we got?
We have the Krusty Krab from Scott's favorite show, SpongeBob.
Not true.
Versus the Ministry of Magic in the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
This one seems easy to me.
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
too.
I mean, the fact that there are 2, maybe 3 employees of the Krusty Krab, and the owner doesn't pay them more than a dime per paycheck, basically, means that they don't even have an HR department.
Yeah, there's quite famously 3 employees. It's Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and SpongeBob. Like,
So
that's
you
it.
count the owner as the employee.
I mean, he works there. Like, he's
Sure.
not working.
But he's also the HR.
Yeah, and a money launderer, and
So many other things. Whereas the Ministry of Magic has covered up multiple murders, multiple like fucking coup attempts. The Ministry of Magic, they're fucking in the flues. You know what I mean? Like they're going through.
Why does it always come back to this?
They're going through
One-
flu powder stuff, and they are. Imagine the fucking in that.
one of the just floating a minute. One of the go-to moves of the Ministry of Magic is to wipe people's memories.
Yeah.
That. I mean, the
Well,
implications
gonna have a
combined with
field
Matt's.
day.
They also imprison innocent people to, oh my God, Azkaban.
The implications of the memory wiping combined with Matt's obsession with the fucking, it really sets up for some troubling predicaments.
HR's got stories to tell, bro. Like HR is.
Unless their memory has also been wiped.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible, but also, first, fuck J.K. Rowling, but second, she would make a world where HR somehow has immunity to that. You know what I mean? Like, she would absolutely make them the most powerful people in the universe. They have stories to tell.
Yeah. Also, covering up for blatant racism with mudbloods and all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's got to be the Ministry of Magic.
They are. It's a struggle for HR at the Ministry of Magic. If you've got a conscience,
Yeah.
I think even going back, if you were to have an HR, the Krusty Krab, like what is it really bringing to the table? You know?
Yeah. Like, oh, did you hear SpongeBob got a new spatula? Crazy.
Ministry of Magic.
All right. It's going to be an interesting matchup in the second round.
That's true.
What's next?
The League of Evil from
Despicable Me.
Thank you. Versus Parks and Rec Department. So the actual Parks and Rec Department from Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Now I do think the Parks and Rec Department. Now here's my headcanon for the League of Evil, okay? Is that while they are the League of Evil, if you've seen Despicable Me, any of the Despicable Me's or Minions, the evil people are really like they have these grandiose ideas of being evil, like stealing the moon, but they're actually like genuinely not terrible people. Like they, you know what I mean? Like they have tea and they are kind to strangers.
It's kind of like an Addams Family approach at being evil.
It's 100% an Addams Family approach. That's a good call. Parks and Rec Department, the HR department has an entire filing cabinet on Ron Swanson alone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, then there's what's his name? Jeremy Jam too. That guy's a walking sex lawsuit, sexual harassment lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah. And then, I mean, plus then you got to worry about the weird, clearly stupid guy who just shows up all the time and then just gets a job somehow and starts making jokes about Kim Kardashian.
Did we ever actually go into what those bloopers were, or did we just allude to them a lot?
We alluded to them.
Yeah.
Go
We
find them
alluded
on
to
YouTube.
Go find them on YouTube. They're funny.
We're not here to do the work for you.
I'm not saying support everything that Chris Pratt has done, but definitely support those jokes. Resurface them. He deserves it. I think that Parks and Rec has more spicy HRT. Like the League of Evils HR is just going to talk about how much they hate each other, or hey, did you hear that this guy wants to reshape Mount Rushmore, which honestly, not opposed to.
Yeah. I mean, stealing the moon would suck and would probably result in all of our deaths. But outside of that, they're not that bad.
But here's the thing. Again, grandiose ideas don't always make sense or work. So I don't think anybody's going to be able to steal the moon, really. But if it did, we wouldn't care.
Yeah, that raises a good question. Like, is it really even appropriate for them to call themselves the League of Evil? Because, like, the reason that they want to steal the moon is because they can, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just to be the one that does it, right?
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, like that's definitely not a good motivation for doing something so destructive. But to me, the League of Evil would want to destroy or steal the moon because it would kill everyone. Like, that's the evil side of it. That's not even really their motivation.
The Legion of Doom is doing it to try to kill the world, whereas the League of Evil is doing it because they're selfish.
They want to put the moon on the shelf as a trophy.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to go with the Parks and Rec department. Because I think that they would have a lot to talk about. The number of... you know what they have? They have a binder of terrible pickup lines by Aziz Ansari's character.
Well,
they don't even take them seriously as sexual harassment. They just write them down to talk about later.
They probably have a whole binder on Ron Swanson with Tammy too, right? Either or.
Tammy,
right?
and Tammy too.
Yeah. Tammy 1 had the drink off for Ron in the office where they were drinking his moonshine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Tammy 2, all the sexcapades that happened, like Ron got imprisoned and he lost the middle part of his mustache from friction. I think that in and of itself is probably going to be some great HRT.
Yeah.
All right.
Parks and Rec department.
That takes us to our last matchup of the first round, where we have to put ourselves in a little bit of the fictional headspace, unlike most of the other matchups today. The Capitol from the Hunger Games versus the Men in Black. Again,
I
think it's easy.
They're fucking aliens. They're definitely
aliens,
fucking
dude.
the aliens.
They're fucking the aliens.
I mean, that's the whole reason that there's a whole terminal for them to come through. It's so they can determine which alien species are the most fuckable.
That's 100% it. They are fucking all over space. You know what I mean? Like they're fucking aliens.
Look, one of the primary stories in the first movie that introduces the alien universe is when they pull over the guy and they're having a squid baby on the side of the road. Those people fucked an alien. Those aliens, they fucked. Dan?
Yeah, what do you have to say about the fucking?
I'm just thinking about Will Smith now fucking aliens and how it's probably got to be better than Jada Pinkett Smith.
You better keep his wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I was not expecting that at all. I mean,
the squid lady will have way more suckers.
Tommy Lee Jones is in love with an alien, if I remember properly.
No, he's in love. No, he's in love with. He was in love with a woman who lives in New Jersey. And he was on his way to take her flowers when he saw the alien ships, and then he was recruited into Men in Black and couldn't talk to her again.
I need to go back and rewatch Men in Black, man. Those movies fucking slap.
That was the movie for me as a kid that like I could watch, rewind because it was on VHS, and then watch again. Like it was just on loop in my house as a kid.
I know that there's some shit, but I also liked Men in Black International. I liked the Hemsworth Men in Black.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Did I see International? I liked 2 and 3. I thought they were okay. 3 was a little rough for me. Any movie that deals with time travel, I always struggle with because there's always a wormhole issue that just makes it like well, then if that happened, then the rest would have happened, and now the whole plot falls apart. So I always struggle with time travel movies, but I mean they were okay.
Now the Capitol. I mean, there's too much.
There's going to be stuff there.
Yeah, there's indentured servitude. You know what I mean? Like, there's literal indentured servitude in the Capitol.
Yeah.
There's definitely, there are pleasure slaves. I guarantee it. Like, it's not good.
But it's crazy because that's like the government too, right? And they are subjecting all 13 districts all the rest of the 12 districts to service District 1.
To service.
Yeah. And they create the Hunger Games to kind of distract people, right?
Yeah, from all the fucking.
It's the modern day Coliseum. So I think that there's probably a tremendous amount of HRT that's going to come from that. But again, we talked about it before. How much of that is actually going to be able to be talked about before,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't know. The most exciting tea that I feel like you're going to get in the Capitol is probably District 1 people, taking advantage of the other district people. And that is just known. Like, that is just how the world is set up.
It would almost be like there's like one person at the top who has somehow collectively over time gathered too much power for themselves, and they have a list of other people that have been depraved and done depraved things, and they know they're on that list themselves as well, so they're not going to release it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It kind of seems like that would be a scenario that would happen definitely in the Hunger Games and not in real life at all.
Do you think that the Capitol's real name is Lolita?
I'm going to need you to explain that, Joe.
Oh, God damn it. The Lolita Express is Epstein's plane.
Oh, I
was going to call it Mar-a-Lago, but is that too on the nose?
I just don't know that the tea from the Capitol is going to be all that exciting compared to the tea from Aliens. And
I think the difference is that the tea in the Capitol isn't spicy tea because it's so well known. Like, it's just it's like the worst kept secret, Yeah. Again, it's like a big stack of files that everyone knows exists, and they know what's in it. We just can't see it, Yeah,
you can go down to the local library in District 4 and get a copy of the files.
Everything's just redacted.
It's like every 17th word is just like the.
Yeah.
So, but the Men in Black, like HR's talking to each other about fucking Michael Jackson wanting to be Agent M.
Oh yeah. They're comparing the 3 boobs of that one alien versus the 2 vaginas of the other one. Like, I think it's Men in Black.
The bug people started porn. Men in Black.
Yeah, isn't there a part in there where they get a porn magazine in one of those scenes? Yeah, that's a good point. That's just openly out in the office. That's problematic. HR is going to have to talk about that.
Absolutely. All right, Men in Black, Dan?
Yeah, Men in Black.
Oh, fellas, this might be up there for one of the weirder episodes. Definitely,
It's probably our highest number of fucks in a single episode.
Yeah, I have a feeling from a social media aspect, I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this episode and provide on social media a fuck account.
I might be out of fucks.
Well, then it's a good time to end the episode. Thank you all once again for listening and powering through this. I hope you didn't have any children in the room during the course of this episode. As always, we encourage you to like, share, and follow. Again, maybe not this episode, but but like, share, and follow the podcast. It is incredibly helpful. We'd love to have 14 listeners. So if you would do that, that would be appreciated. We also like to thank Yeah, we'd like to thank Aaron O'Donnell from Aaron O'Donnell Music on YouTube for the track you hear at the beginning and end of all the episodes. I'm working on trying to be better about the social media. So again, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I'm posting on all those things. We've got a Discord. There's an open link for it in our Facebook group. Join us, share those things, help us out. It's incredibly helpful.
You can even come talk to us while we play games. Like Scott and I were hanging out with a listener last night while we were playing a creepy, scary game.
That is true. We were playing some Demonologists live on Twitch. Listener jumped in and was hanging out with us. So we love to have those conversations. So please, feel free to interact with us. We love to have you join the conversation and tell us what companies you think would have the spiciest HR. What workplaces do you think would be the most fun to fuck in? Answer that question for us on social media. I'm going to pose that. All right. I think that's an episode. That everything? We got it? All right. I've got the secret recipe. Scott?
I still am the man in yellow. Matt?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. I'm Dan.
I'm Dan. Bye-bye!
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah.
For the record, I am sorry about Mrs. Ham.
Yeah, well, poor little thing. She was all like bundled. I just thought she was asleep. I had no clue.
She was asleep, just permanently.
Eternally.
What did you do with the remains?
They are in a Ziploc bag, which is then wrapped in a paper towel, and then in a different Ziploc bag. And they're currently in the freezer in my garage, in a separate, like, it's a freezer we don't use for food or anything, in the garage
for dead animals.
Yeah, right next to the raccoon.
There are just 7 cats, a rabbit.
Because my wife has too much of a heart for me of just throwing it in the trash, so I have to go bury it later. Without the kids knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's where that's that story. But we had to put it in the freezer to stop the decomposing process, apparently.
Well, it will start to smell, and just remember, when you bury it at least 4 feet deep.
4 feet, good to know.
Well, because if you don't, a fox or some other creature is going to dig it up, and
I don't want to have
fuck
to
that
dig
shit up.
4 feet. I'll find a nice resting place for it.
it's going to be the trash can.
You're gonna put it
Your
in the
wife's
sewer?
not looking.
You're gonna put it down a storm
4
drain?
feet for a little tiny hamster?
Don't buy hamsters.
Look, man, if I had that kind of control in my own life,
I don't know what you have control over.
very little. I'm 45 minutes late for recording this podcast.